Thank you for watching Australia Education Group, Education and Migration News Channel. Holmes Institute is one of the biggest education provider, offering courses from high school to diploma and from bachelors to masters with thousands of students in 5 different campuses in Australia. Holmes is also well known for offering courses in business, professional accounting, fashion, information systems, leadership management, commercial cookery, and hospitality management. But Holmes is planning to bring more benefits and support for international students in the future. Let's ask some of these questions from Sam Thomas, one of Holmes' Senior Business Development Manager. Sam, thank you very much for coming first time in our studio.
It's a pleasure to be here. Good to see your studio for the first time.
Yeah. Sam, how many total number of students currently Holmes have?
At Holmes Institute, across our 5 locations, we have 7,000 students. Melbourne, Sydney being the largest campuses, and then Brisbane and regional locations in Gold Coast and Cairns. Predominantly our students are international, so that's the market we focus on, and that's what we really cater towards, international students' needs.
So what about the July intake? Is there any new update?
So July intake, because of the current situation locally, we're looking after 2 different types of students. So we're looking after our current students and also prospective new students who might be looking for some flexibility. So for our current existing students, we're giving them flexibility in terms of $500 credit towards next semester's fees. We're also giving any new and existing students 15% off tuition fees for the July intake. So any student who enrolls into 4 subjects, they will receive 15% off. We also have the flexibility to enable students, if they don't want to do 4 subjects, they can do 3 subjects if that's what they will prefer.
Good to hear that Holmes is going to start Masters of Information Systems, the September intake.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, Masters of Information Systems, but it has specializations. So it's quite a unique program. So there's something we've been monitoring the job market for years and see that there is strong demand in this field. This current coronavirus situation, you can see that IT jobs don't seem as affected right now. And even with all these cyber attacks, which have been happening most recently in Australia, it shows that there is demand for this area, and it's obviously quite favorable towards migration purposes. So Masters of Information Systems, it's launching in our September intake, as you mentioned. So it's for students who may have IT skills or non-IT background, but it's not as technical as, say, a computer science or an IT degree. So it gives students a more general understanding of the IT industry, but then has the options for flexibility in the specializations. So it's quite a unique course in that sense.
And how many units are for this course?
Yeah, so it's a 2-year, 16-unit program. So each semester you do 4 subjects. However, because we have this September intake, you'll be doing 3 subjects because it's to cater towards students who might need a release letter. So it's able to have any of your students who may be listening now who arrived in February, March, they're able to transfer into this course and they'll do 16 units over 2 years. March and July will usually be the compulsory study periods. At Holmes, we don't make students study over summer. You can have that off.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally it's going to be 16 units, 2 years. But just because of this September intake, you'll be undertaking 3 subjects.
Fair enough. And in your opinion, how long will the classes running online under these circumstances?
So that's confirmed. We'll be online until next year. So what we've been doing at Holmes is a little different to other providers. Like I've been in this campus during this whole month of March, April, May. Campus is still open, but classes are delivered online. So we have interactive tutorials, discussion boards, all delivered online. Being online, an advantage to many students is there's no exams. Yeah. So passing rates have been quite good. But July, November intake will be online, but we still have all the facilities at the campus available to students. So if students want to come in, speak to student services, if they want to get tutorial support, we still offer that. So we're delivering and facilitating somewhat of a hybrid. So online classes, online assessments, but the facilities, campus is still open.
In particular for this course, you're running Masters of Information System. Is there any support or scholarship particular for this course?
Yep, because it's a brand new course at Holmes where students who may be listening, they will be getting in at the right time. So we're going to launch scholarship. So the launch scholarship is going to be 2,100 per unit. So for 3 subjects, that's going to be 6,300 for the course. Because it's a new program as well, we're also trying to attract good students. So any student listening, if they have a credit average, so an average score of credit on their most recent studies in Australia, they can apply for an academic scholarship for this Masters of Information Systems program. The academic scholarship will take the course to 1,900 per unit, so 5,700 for 3 subjects. Students will keep that price as long as they can maintain their credit average at Holmes. If not, they'll still benefit from the launch scholarship.
Sam, how about the initial deposit for getting COE?
So usually, under normal circumstances, the initial deposit will be 2 subjects, so half the semester tuition fee. But because of the coronavirus global pandemic, we understand some students will be wanting for providers more flexibility, and at Holmes we're here to cater towards those students. So the deposit for the COE will be a $1,500 deposit, plus $250 registration fee to issue the COE. On that note, you may be aware, or some of your students who are listening may be aware, that if you do the MBA and the MPA together, our dual master's degree, there is 2 COEs involved.
Yep.
So students will be paying $3,000 for both those COEs. And if those students don't apply for any credit exemptions, they'll also benefit from a 2-subject scholarship at the end of their course.
Unfortunately, many students, they don't have money at this stage.
Yeah.
And if they just get 1 COE, paying $1,500, and they don't have another $1,500 for the second COE. And how about the scholarship? Would they be getting scholarship for that?
They won't benefit from the 2-subject scholarship for the dual masters at the end. They will only get the initial 15% off for the 4-subject enrollment and the COE for $1,500.
For all of the campuses?
For all of the campuses. One thing to mention as well, something we just heard quite new, is Holmes is very close to getting a 2-year MBA professional.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to have this MBA professional in the next few weeks. So please contact Australian Education Group if you're having inquiries for a 2-year MBA, which is assignment-based for the majority of the subjects.
2 years MBA for how many subjects?
16 as well, but it's not MBA MPA, it's MBA by itself.
So when you going to start that course?
Hopefully we can have it ready by July, September, touch wood. We're just waiting to get the final tick.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
Is there any specialization in that master's?
It's a 2-year MBA, which also covers project management as a major, along with international business.
Holmes is growing very fast, and Holmes is bringing more courses every year. How do you manage this compliance?
That's a very good question, because we are in the age of compliance with a lot of hard work from the team and managing good agents such as Australian Education Group and screening for quality students. So Holmes, as people listening might know, that we are a level 1 provider. And that definitely has its advantages for many of your students listening. As you might know, many universities aren't even a level 1 provider. So it's a good advantage if you're going with Holmes. If there is a visa extension further down the line, it'll be a lot easier for you.
Sam, I've been working with you for a long time. And how do you rate Holmes? Because you've been working for, I think, more than 10-15 years with Holmes. So how do you rate them?
I really enjoy working here. Obviously, I've been here for 10 years. Having had some experience with the public sector, it's a lot different working for Holmes, a private provider, because we're a lot more dynamic.
Yeah.
So the decisions can be made quickly, we can react to the market quicker, and we can cater towards students' needs more personally.
Okay, Sam, how have you managed to resolve some of the common challenges for international students might face due to coronavirus?
The main challenge we've noticed is job loss for students locally. So what we're trying to cater towards students is more flexibility and obviously more targeted promotions that will help them save some money. So flexibility in terms of reduced deposit, in terms of online classes, no exams, and then obviously the support for existing students, because obviously we want to protect our students who are currently studying at Holmes the most. So the $500 credit towards next semester's fees, and then the discount in terms of the scholarship, 15% off the 4-subject enrollment, or the availability for a student to take a reduced study load of 3 subjects.
And many congratulations, particularly you and I think Alex Anderson. I think you both are looking compliance, and you have brought Holmes at level 1.
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously has some advantages being a level 1 provider. Not even some of the universities are level 1. So students listening, there is a great advantage going to a level 1 provider. It will make it a lot easier if you ever have to look at visa extension.
Yeah, and how did you jump from level 2 to 1? What steps you have taken at Holmes?
It was more just being a lot targeted on the agents and the students we work with. So recruiting genuine students who actually want to study.
Yeah.
And the last few years there's been a really good turnaround in terms of the students, the quality of the students, more of the students are passing, the results are great. So I'd say you had a lot to do with it as well. So it's been a good team effort with agents like Tahir from Australian Education Group helping contribute to the students we are receiving.
Sam, I've got a lot of questions from the students that they have been studying at Holmes in previous years, and they had a lot of issues of failing rate, particular master students. And what was the reason behind it, and why the students were getting failed in particular that year?
There was an issue 2 years ago, late 2018, in a few accounting units, in particular management accounting, and financial management. There were high cohorts of students failing. Since then, we have addressed that and put more focus and more pressure onto the academics, and been a lot more flexible. So there's been a few changes. The main change is there's no hurdle anymore, so there's no minimum mark required in the exam. Students just need to achieve an overall 50% in the subjects that do have exams. But again, that being said, July, November, because we're online, there will be no exams, even for the CPA subjects. The other thing we've changed is we changed the supplementary policy. So previously, to qualify for a supplementary exam, students had to achieve between a 45 and a 49 to meet that criteria to qualify for a supplementary exam. Since this semester, when we introduced it, students just need to submit every assessment, and if they submit every assessment, they'll automatically qualify for a supplementary.
That was the special reasons that the student were not getting passed.
Well, it's just a few subjects there was a high failure rate. Existing policies, we have academic appeal, students can consult academic support. The passing rate right now is better than it's ever been. And results will be out in a few weeks for trimester 1, and I think it will probably be, I'm confident it will be the best semester.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have got any questions regarding intakes, scholarships, or if you are planning to get an admission in any of Holmes campus, please contact to Australia Education Group, Melbourne and Perth office numbers.